What up, loved ones? What it do? It's Spotty Young right here. You know where I'm from. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're new to this channel right here, just hit the subscribe button real quick. Give it a like if you think it's cool, if you think it's real. Yeah, man, I'm doing this video right here. I'm gonna be doing the doing time series basically. I've done it before, but back then I did it with the prison gang. This time I'm gonna be talking about doing time with specific areas like LA County, uh, San Fernando Valley, San Gabriel Valley, Compton. What was my experience doing time with those gangsters in the pen in Juvenile Hall? What I said gangsters because they're not PCs. Cause I did time with them. I was in GP the whole time. So the time frame that I'm talking about is 2003 to 2016. So what was my experience doing time with them? So yeah, here it is. Let's start off first in Juvenile Hall. In Juvenile Hall, Silmar, talking about October in '03. What do you call this? From my hood, from Jeff Rocks, there was only me, Jumper, and Bukol. We were at the unfit building, but different area. Like I was in Unit Z, Jumper was in Unit Y, and then Bukol was in Unit X. We weren't all together, but we all know or can hear about anything that happens to us, because word spreads around. And what do you call this? For the Long Beach folks, I remember doing what's his name? The homie Fodala, Suicide Tommy from Long Beach, and then there was an ABZ, a nice ABZ over there too, and another dude from Suis also. There's two Suis. This was in 2003 October on the unfit building I'm talking about. This was my experience. And then for the LA folks, there's a gang of them that I ran into. From what I remember, let's see, like Hazard, Cuatro Flats, Compton, Barrio Segundo, El Segundo. From they got folks from Northeast LA. They got folks from South Central, 18th Street. They got folks from West LA, Headhunters. I remember. Let's see. Yeah, man. And then this was in Unit Z that I was talking about. That mostly the people that you're with every day, so you know everybody. You talk to everybody. And then for the Valley. Well, I live in the valley, so I'm what you call a bayero. Even though my barrio is in West LA, it's in Maplewood and Western. So I was at the bayero. So the other Southsiders, they were saying I'm a bayero. So what happened is the culture was there. All the folks from the valley, like from what I remember, right? They got the Calle Radford, they got the PVST, PVNB, Barrio Van Nuys. They got Bryant Street, they got Blythe Street, Langdon, Columbus. Those what I remember and shit. There wasn't the tag banger from the valley that I did time with, because they weren't really banging. But I heard of them. I heard of DSM and KSM in the valley before I got busted. So yeah, man. So the valley folks and the LA folks, they would sometimes talk shit to each other, like. Fuck Ballenas, fuck the Valle, fuck Ballenas, and then the Ballero fools, they would talk shit to the LA and fuck Schmele, you know what I mean? But it was just different and shit, man. They banging different culture, but for the most part they're all under Soreño, under that umbrella, which is a Southsider. And then for the black folks, for the Crips, and the Crips that I know of was Compton Crip, Nutty Block, that I ran into during that time in '03. Damn, Insane, Long Beach. Some folks from West LA. I can't remember right now, man. Some of them are from Lancaster. There's different folks and shit, man. Some hoods I haven't heard of, that wasn't in my area. And then what else? Yeah, man. So they're all. This is Juvenile Hall. This is like the jungle. This like kids. So a lot of these kids, they haven't even been to YA, or they just go by from what they know from the streets. So everybody just making shit up. It's unorganized. And during my time, what usually happened, because when I came in there, I was already banging uh, my hood of Barrio Jeff Rocks, So, but it's weird because the other Asians, they're banging Crips, like, oh, I'm a Crip. So they would usually get along or have more in common with folks from the Long Beach Crips or whatnot, or the other blacks, because they're probably used to it more, or it just depends on what city. And then me, uh, I was hanging around more with the south side, the folks from the valley, from the Valleros, from the Langdon and stuff like that, Bryan Street. For some reason, it was just like that. But in the halls, they weren't really tripping on me, like they weren't calling me out. I'm talking about the Mexicans, the Southsiders. What I get into it more with the blacks for some reason. Uh, Probably because they see me hanging out with the Mexicans, so they're calling me out, because I wasn't a Crip. I don't say, hey, what's up, cuz, what's up, blood. I don't talk like that, but I don't talk like an SA either, like, oh, what's up, SA, what's up, fool. I don't talk like that either. I don't even, you know what I mean. That was my first time going to jail back in 2003. So I would usually get in a fight in the blinds with the blacks. They would call me out and I to catch the fake pupam pupam. What do you call this? My first fight, it was a black dude. Uh, he's basically calling me out, and so I had no choice but to fight back, of course. So I called him out. I left my door open. So when he was after he used the restroom, it's a man though. Just open the door, and then just you gotta catch that fade. And then he my first fight. He was probably expecting that, I'm gonna go toe to toe because I don't know how fast he is. But what I ended up doing, I just grabbed the back of his head, and then just started hitting with the other hand. Just one of those instinct type thing, and he wasn't able to move that much, so I got him real good. And then after that, he didn't want none no more. And then the others, the more you fight, the more you'll get used to it from whatever experience that you may have or whatever what was taught to you. So yeah, man, pushing forward. That was my experience, and the other Asians from my experience, like the homie from Suez and them, they're always getting into it with the other Southsiders, with the Mexicans. They're calling them out. Everybody catching fades. Ain't nobody in there that doesn't have to catch fade. I said literally everybody, because that's just how it is. That's the culture. If you ain't gonna catch no fade, you're just basically a bitch, man. Everybody just gonna, nobody gonna respect you. You're gonna have a hard time, So the only way you can earn their respect is through violence. So that was my experience with folks from that area. Pushing forward to CYA, it's a different place now. It's a different culture. But from what I know, from what I remember, basically in OH close Stockton 2004. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. To those that knows who was there and who was not. From what I know, it was some fool from I'm not gonna say no name, but some fool from Verdugo that was the institutional rep for the whole Southsider during that time. And then so from Verdugo, that's in LA County. And let me see. Yeah, man, everybody was just active, man. In CYA, there was no PCs. Everybody, if you're a PC, they don't have a place for you to go somewhere else. If you're like a sex offender or a dropout PC, you're still in mainline. So everybody gets to bully you every time. Oh man, it's like having a sex slave, basically, man. That's how it was. That was the culture, um, for it's the same thing. CYA, I'm talking about CYA now. This is a different place now, because we were in Stockton, and then now they have all kinds of other folks from different areas. But from LA County, consists of so many cities. But I'm talking about in LA County. Let me see. They got folks from the valley. They got Valleros right there. They also have SGV. Sometimes they would go. They would go at it. They would like, we're the real valley, 818, and then the SGV folks. Now we're the real Valleros. Like, you know, I mean, they would go at it and shit. But the 818 folks would talk shit like, nigga, like, what you mean, man? Your area 626 used to be 818. It's just so 818 is so big that we gotta give you that a whole new area code for you guys. You know, I mean, that's what they said. They stay going at it. So, yeah, man. There's folks from San Fernando Valley SGV that I remember, and then they got folks from Ontario, Pomona. This was during my time. This was in 04 now. This is what I remember, man. Chiques, man, I forgot. But LA County is different, you know. LA County and San Diego City and San Diego County is also different because so many cities within San Diego County, you know. So I'm talking about LA County right now. Yeah, so that was my experience, man. And then pushing forward to the PINTA, which is the California Prisons System, which is CDCR, is a whole different ballgame. This time, I don't get to talk to anybody like how I got up close and personal with everybody else from the halls or CYA. This is you know, prison now where there's boundaries. This is your prison gang, this is my prison gang. There's boundaries to what we can do or what kind of business can we conduct, you know. So it's the same thing in prison. Man, they be going at it too. LA folks sometimes will talk about the whole Los Angeles County. Sometimes they will go at it with the San Diego for power trip, who's gonna run the yard, stuff like that. For the blacks, the blacks from LA, they're different, man. They got their own thing. They go by cities too, man. They got the Long Beach car, they got the Compton car, the neighborhood, Hoovers. They're not all together like that either. You know, it's they're divided from cities, and even in prison. So yeah, man, that was my experience doing time with them. But one of the good thing, like I said, one of the good thing from our car, the Asia Pacific Islander car, we don't have dictatorship rule and like basically like a communism type rules that we gotta go by, mandatory. You cannot talk to the blacks, to the whites, to all them folks. You can, you know what I mean? You cannot conduct business with all of them. We conduct business with everyone we want to. We can talk to anyone we want to. So that's one of the good things. That was one of the perks basically for running Asian Pacific Islander car, you know. And so anyway, pushing forward, yeah, from Silmar, CYA, prison, all in all, my experience doing time with them was that I was able to relate with all of them more based on the cities and the areas that we were at compared to the rest of the other prison gangs like Bulldogs and Norteños and folks from Sacramento, and then because they're all the way over there, they got a whole different culture. Even the Pinoys from the Bay Area, they got a whole different culture. You know, it's not like LA, because in LA, from what I remember, it's about territory, and your hood, your street, your area, you're gonna have to, you know, put your hood in there. You gotta put value, this and that, and make sure that you stay on your toes. Don't let any other hood cross it out, you know, because that's a sign of complete and utter disrespect to your hood, to your barrio. So yeah, that was my experience doing time with folks from LA and the whole LA County basically. I just, at the top of my head, I can't remember all the cities, But for now, that's what I remember. So stay tuned. Next time I'll be talking about folks from Dago, Oakland, Stockton, Frisco. My experience doing time with them. But with that being said, y'all know what time it is. Say what you mean and mean what you say, because real recognize real, homeboy. I'm out of here.